I just want, they wrote some talking points to me, for me. We'd be here for about 6 hours if I went through these, but just before I say my remarks, just to put something in perspective of where our country is right now. Because it's that important that we discuss it. And I don't get to see you all very often, but this is just jotting down some quick points of Obamacare and religious freedom, and being able to keep to your own conscience. The economy, taxes, the spending, the out-of-control debt, the overregulation, AG holders such as Fast and Furious, national security issues, and foreign policy issues. Now, why did I run down this list? I ran down this list because, ladies and gentlemen, our country is in trouble. Seriously. I just drove in from Washington, and I'm here with a group of people that are like a family, with the conservative movement that believe in the greatest nation in the world. And my talking points, and this is a very short list of what there really are, goes on and on and on of the multitude of challenges that this country is facing. So, now I'll start. So let me start by saying a very special thank you to Chairman Jerry Fassar for everything you've done from day one. I wouldn't be here without you, and Chairman Long for sure. And to the Queen's Chairman as well. Mr. Long, thank you. Thank you for your words. But you're right. I didn't start my life at 19. Okay, so for the Queen's people in the House, that was my friends who are at table 3. Obviously, I don't have any friends. Well, that's what happens. Why do you think I got the dog? Right? They say you want a friend in Washington, get a dog. So all my friends were at table 3. I was born in Brooklyn, and they moved when I was very young to Queens, and I went to St. Pancras, and then I went to Archbishop Malloy, and then I went to Brew College in Manhattan, but then I left after the Marine Corps. So I have deep roots in Brooklyn and Queens. So to all of you here, we are family in one way or the other. But family is extremely important. And the breakdown of family is part of why this list is so long. See, when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot. We had humble beginning. Dad worked 2-3 jobs. You've heard that before from me. But you know what I had a strong sense of who I was and what I was supposed to do. Simple things like respect. Seriously. It jumps off the page when people say, do you remember your childhood? Respect. Hard work. Work ethic. Jumps off the page. And my father taught me at 6 years old, no one's going to give you anything, you have to earn it. And you have to have respect. You have to respect your parents, your grandparents. You have to respect your neighbors. You have to respect your siblings. You have to respect your teachers. And you have to respect God. Respect. This litany of problems is because this country has been led by someone that has no respect for who and what we are. We're hard-working, proud people in the greatest country that is known to man. But it's a country that was born out of sacrifice. No one gave us the United States of America. Almighty England didn't say, you colonists, you're really doing a bang-up job over there. Once we get paid taxes, you go off and do your own thing. If you need anything, you let us know, and we'll take care of it. That didn't happen. The colonists didn't have their hands out. They bled the ground red and sacrificed everything on a hope and a dream that they were going to give their children something they didn't have, that freedom, and the opportunity to have more. And I think that only inspired the next generation, because that little kid growing up to see his dad get injured or killed on a battlefield for his liberty, grows up saying, I got to respect the sacrifice of my dad and my uncle and my neighbors that went and bled the ground red for my freedom. And they worked hard, and they built the greatest nation on big ideas like capitalism. Respect, again, for a free market. That if you work hard, you have a good product or a good service, not succeed. And they didn't adopt a federal government that says, well, it doesn't matter if you can't work as hard or if you don't want to or you don't have the abilities that someone else has. We're going to make sure everyone has equal everything. The only thing that was God-given and inspired through our law was the opportunity. Equal opportunity. You make from it what you can. That's what I was taught growing up in Queens. That's what I believe today. But I say this to you because you are family. And unfortunately, as the conservatives, you're that hope. You, whether you like it or not, the Mike Longs of the world, with all of you as the soldiers, are exactly those people, those colonists that say, no, this is wrong. This isn't what we believe. We're at that crossroads, ladies and gentlemen. We're at that crossroads. This country is at the brink. And it's not because we don't have everything we need to change it. We do. We have the most incredible, qualified workforce in the world. And that will always be our battle. And if we can just get back to the core values and beliefs that made this country great, we will remain great and be in a position to lead the world in just about every way, from technology to export. But we have lost our way, make no mistake about it. We have a man in the White House that does not believe that we deserve the respect that our four founders died and bled for. He does not believe in a capital system that is the economic engine and envy of the world. He does not believe that we should have enough pride not to put our hand out and ask the federal government to make everything better. And in my opinion, that is an obstacle and a challenge that each and every one of us in this room must do everything we can to overcome. I give you my word, I'm doing everything I can in Washington. You see I'm active, I work relentlessly, but you are the troops that will enable me to do even more and even better. So I want to say thank you for all that you've done, but I want to implore you to, even though you're weary and maybe even a little disgusted at how far we've fallen backward, it is now more than ever that we need to reach deep and believe in the same exact things we believe since the Conservative Party started, since the conservative values created this country. And I would ask of you this: know in your hearts, as I do, that our best years are ahead. There is no doubt in my mind that we are at a low point, that we face the most difficult challenges of our nation's entire history, but there is also no doubt that we have everything we need to be back on track, and you have to believe our best days are ahead, because when I look into the eyes of young soldiers going overseas, I know that in many ways we've never been stronger, that the patriotism has never been more evident, and the love of this great nation could not be more. So do not ever give up. Our founding fathers didn't. George Washington, when his troops were tired and hungry and were losing faith, he didn't. He believed. And I ask all of you to drop to your knee when you're alone or you're in church and pray, because for this one, we do need God's help. And I believe that God does have a plan, not only for each and every one of us, but for this great nation. And together, with God guiding us, we will overcome these challenges. And let me say my one last thing. To be able to lead you and represent you in Washington is truly, truly an unbelievable honor and privilege. And I thank you for that, and I thank you for this award. And God bless you and your families, and God bless the great